Such a splendid voice. Okay, cheers. We are entering the hour here. Market is very bullish at the moment in this trend here right now. I can't make this up. We have got a smorgasbord for you to make money with. The VIP channel with Paris, his mentorship, right? This strategy, right? I know I've been posting a few things in the chat, but I will have the entries and the exits and explanations of it, right? Um, and Traders Pulse, like there is so much in there, all for free, and people are like, oh, like you have to put in $100, and like I've said to quite a few people, I'm like, it's $100, just get access, just get access, have a look what it's all about. And they're like, I don't know about this. People are funny. People are different. And that's okay. But here's the thing. See this picture behind me. In life, and you may be in this situation right now, where it feels like the doors are closing or have closed, and trading comes in and it opens another window for you. And I've seen and I know people that have been homeless, stranded, right? Change their lives because of trading, right? And what you have is a smorgasbord, right? Right in front of you. Like there's everything there. Like I know back in the day, Paris offered his mentorship, right? And I was like, oh, and he was the first person, and he's the most humble person. He's the most caring. He will help you, right? And I have a lot of respect for him. And his trading is next level, right? So if you can spend the money, people go to university. They're paying off their university for years. And in this industry, you can make so much money, right? It's phenomenal. As everyone's probably asleep in the USA, of course, but other people are making money. So there's only me on. Woohoo! Celebrations. Cheers. Now, if you have been in the channel, right, I can't make it up. Winner, winner, every every zone. Right? And I've been doing this. If you wanted to go onto my Facebook and you type in the search bar, Money Zone, Diana Felix, you'll see I've been doing this for years. Why? Because it works. I do this on futures and forex, right? So let's go on to the charts. I got this up here, that bullish pattern, right? That I put in there, that there, in the trend of the market. I'm going to go in. I've got to stop my voice here. I mean, not my voice, my screen. Maybe you're like, oh, stop her voice too. Uh-huh. Okay. Or isn't that beautiful? You know, trading gives you the ability to, as long as you've got Wi-Fi and internet, you can make money. Right? I'm sitting here again in my PJs, right? I've got to get some different ones. I just love leopard prints. Actually, I ran into someone and she, she had the same clothes on, leopard, and we went, woo! It was quite funny. Anyway, let's go on. And I think, do I have my volume on? I'm just making sure. Yes, I do. All right, let's go on and share the screen. That is not what I want. Okay, here, right. All right, this here is a zone. The price has to go somewhere. We are in an uptrend, right? And I'll be looking at the German DAX and the UK 100. There's other things as well, but I don't want to get too overwhelmed with everything on here. Otherwise, I'll be skipping everywhere. But this is a nice bullish pattern, right? This here is something that I would already have been in, right? Myself. Boom, money. Now I'm going to wait for the next money zone. Okay. So we're waiting on the next hour here. But this morning, right? Well, morning for me. Okay. So I have my Sydney. I look for confirmations and things like that. But even despite not having confirmations, it was a winner yesterday. All right. It was a winner the day before. Just so you see, actually, I'll put it on the 5-minute because it's lagging here. All right. There was a winner. There was a winner. There was a winner again, and another winner. Okay, out of this. Okay, but it is a lot more riskier because it's the market reset, it's the market open. So then we have the Asia. Okay, 5 minutes to the hour open. All right, this morning, beautiful, easy money. So whether you're, whatever you're risking on your account, right? Say it's $100, right? There's 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Beautiful. You can use some of that money that the broker has lent to you to make more money with on the next trade. All right, but there, see? That was the day before. Win. And out of it, another win. Another win. I cannot make this up. Another win. All right? Another win. Another win. Another win. Okay, there's confirmations that I use. I don't get in all of them, but even if you did, you're going to do all right. Okay, so then there is the Asian, the next one, right? This morning, another win. Okay, another win. Another win. Another win. Now we're going to go on to this one here right now. This is what I call, it's not up yet, right? I'll look at a few things here that will start up. Now we are in a downtrend, right? But at the moment we are retracing up. So we can take advantage of this. And if I see a bullish pattern and a break, we could have an easy bit of money just coming up. All right. So we just got to wait. So where's my German DAX? Let me just get rid of this. All right, it's not going to do it right now, but anyway, this will disappear. Look at this beautiful trade. Oh, that was yesterday. That is a lot of money. Even if you got in, you put your stop loss above here, right? Expecting the trade to continue down to these areas. And that there is a lot of money. Okay, so we're just waiting on the hour. And then this orb will start to form. Go on to nothing here, naked chart. Do have an area to the left here. The price has been. So every time price has been here, It's had a reaction. It has pushed through, but we've got to be careful here. But that doesn't mean that they're going to stay here and sell off. They could just push it up. All right, so they sold off yesterday. Let's have a look at the UK. This has just been making lower lows and lower highs. This area is an area where price did respect, so we got to watch this as well. Nearly 5 here. Okay. These areas would be nice as well. It comes back up. If it does come back up. There's an area here. We are making lower lows in here. This is a bit messy for me. Oh, mine. Okay. It's just left the building. Oh, just whee. Okay. That's gonna happen. All right, that's just shot right through. My goodness. Okay, let me have a look at gold. Okay. All right, we're sitting here at this base here. All right. I'd like this to pull back, that'd be great. I'd like this to fill this, that would be better. But if we keep going out with momentum, we have made a high, lower low, higher high, lower low. So if we keep on pushing out, we can get in for a buy with momentum. Right now, it's just stagnant here. We are in a downtrend, but we do have a nice pattern here. This is the sellers in here, but of course, even though we're selling, there are retracements. So you just got to be patient. The German DAX. Oh my gosh. This is wild. Okay. Let's put on our London. Let's see what this does. It's a very easy strategy that you can add to whatever you're doing. That's looking all right. We'll wait for this. See how this is forming now? We're above the moving averages. But there's a lot here. If you can see it with your eyes here, so you don't want to rush into anything. Okay. Okay. Looking at gold. Let's go down to the 1 minute time frame. Beautiful day today. All right. You feel this if it's going to build up pressure. All right. Okay. Let's go to Heikin Ashi candles. We have got 2 more minutes. This is above. It looks like it wants to keep going up. Let me just have a look at. Hey, beautiful. See you down there, up there. We have a look at the Dixie. Okay, Dixie is dropping. Beautiful. Where's it going to? Sometimes the Dixie will drop, and so will gold. There's an area here. All right, we are in a downtrend, but we could snatch a few pips here. Just need to be patient. All right. Me entering this. Okay. That's 1-to-1 and it can be done. What I do when I'm doing this, I don't have a set TP. I don't go, I'm going to go for TP3 or TP6 or TP that or stop loss this. I'm looking at the candles. Right. If there's selling pressure, I'm going to stay in. If there's buying pressure, I'm going to stay in. I don't know why this can't just go. Show. Okay. It's because it saved on. All right. This is looking quite bullish. That's a huge area. It's got to break through this here. But we could continue to sell. It is making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Right. If there's huge candles that are coming in here, I'd be getting in for the sell. There's a zone down here. It could come all the way down into these areas. Could. I'm not saying it will. I'm just watching this. It could come out here and bounce up. Okay, gold. That's it. So just looking my other top here. All right, we've got a bit of grey on here. Still don't have my Apex scanner, which is going to work so good with this. So this is just sitting here, which is nice. I like it to pull back. Come and fill this area. There's a gap in here. It respects this. Let's go to the 5-minute. 5-minute gap as well. There's another gap here. Could come in and tap this. I'm not interested in the sells. We are going against the trend, as I said, but if this pulls into here and then starts going up and out, I'm in. And then I'll watch the candles to see if I'm going to stay in the trade or get out. This here created a bearish pattern. This was this morning, an Asian session. This is something that you want to hold to that zone. Now have a look on the left. So this is just a patience part of trading. Do something. Do something. Just go. Okay. Yeah. German DAX. What are all the other indices doing? I trade these in New York if I'm awake. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's it. If I on the live session I was like sometimes the indices can move in Asia. I didn't even look at them. Wow. This is wow. Okay. Beautiful. Even this morning. Okay, so what is silver doing? Silver has a bit of a bigger spread. On futures, it's okay, but this could drop down in here to fill the gap or continue selling. Very bearish, lower lows, lower highs. Just stay away from it right now. And this here is, as I said, this area, right? If it pulls down even to fill the gaps in here, I'm not going to get in a sell personally, right? But it could come in down here, right? I like to go with this. But if you had for today, like depending on your account size, right? I'll just do it from Asia here. Say, for example, if you had, everyone has different size accounts, like $20 or $10, $100. This here, there's 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600 down to the bottom of the base, the zone, the area where it's going to. Look to the left. This is the broker's money that has given to you. I treat my brokers like a bank and go, thank you very much. Okay. Now I can take some of this money and I can risk it on the next trade. Depending on what the trade looks like. If I see something that looks like this, right? This will happen all the time in a downtrend. I'm going to take part of this, and instead of risking, say, $20, I'm going to risk a little bit more, say 20 plus whatever. All right, so maybe I'll risk $50. So the next run can give me, right, 20 plus 50, 70. I'm not saying to do this. This is just something that I've noticed that can build your account quickly. All right. Each trader is different. Right, and a nice run. This is not a high probability. Right? I wouldn't do it on this kind of trade because this could just come to here and then drop, right? Because we are in a downtrend. But a pattern, something that I see that, yep, the sellers are going to jump in or the buyers are going to come in, right? I'd risk because this is risk-free money. Yes, it's your money, but the broker gave it to you. So if you lose part of it, then it's not like, but that's just me. No one has to do that. I'm just sharing things that work for me. right? If I have $100, right, maybe it's an affiliate payment or something like that, or something, I'll put that in the account. And if I make, $100, then I'm going to go, well, the broker gave me that money, right? And it does something like this. Okay. Right. 70, 70, 70, 70, 70, 70. That's how you can milk this run. Now, there are traders that will add positions and add positions while they're winning on their positions. Right? That's how you can explode your account. But if it goes against you, well, then you say ta-da to, the $50 and the $20. Okay. But, what I say, some people will go and spend at a restaurant. They could, that's how I feel about money, right? But we're all different. We all have different financial situations, right? And some people would be happy, risking the $10, depending on this amount of pips, right? When it comes to a stop loss, I don't put my stop loss here, but I risk this amount, right? So if I was to get in this and the market came down and it went, you know what, it's not going to go right now, I'm happy to layer in another position, right? Then I will make my decision, and I don't always do this, right? But because this isn't a downtrend, right, I'm going to layer in a position here. Now I can make the choice to close at BE, right, break even, or I can continue this down and now I'm making double the amount of money. But I would not do this if I was in a buy, right? If this was a buy, I would not layer in here, because if the sellers come in, I don't want to be losing all this money. I would cut my loss, right? Okay. So if, for example, if this, I think it's going to buy out and it comes to here, and then all of a sudden the sellers are huge with candles, I will cut my loss because we are in a downtrend. Okay, that's just another thing that I personally do, right? In here. And then I can get in. I can make a decision whether the buyers or the sellers are in control. Sometimes the market will come up further, right? If I feel that the buyers are going to take it, then I will cut my loss. We don't want to hold on to a losing trade. But that is my way of trading. I'm not saying to do that. It's just something that I do. So, but right now we are just stagnant in here. All right, so yeah, we want it to move. It's just not moving at the moment. What is the German DAX doing? Okay, this is just sitting here as well. So, yeah, that's it for me. The market isn't doing anything. But if this starts breaking with the sellers, I'll be getting in. All right. This is a bit iffy because of all to the left, and already gone through gold. Anyway, sometimes the market will just boom and off we go. But if this starts breaking out of here, I'd be in with the buy. Not too far, 1-to-1, be done. Move your stop loss up, right, with your in here, right? If I'm in the trade, I'm moving my stop loss under the closed candle of the Heikin Ashi, right? Protecting my account, protecting my profits, right? You see that going up, up, up. Okay, and then I can take advantage of this run. Everything, even if you see a zone to where it could go, you always want to say to yourself, it might not go up to that zone, right? It might not go to TP3, so to speak. It might not go to TP7, and I've seen it many times, especially when I started trading. I would hold it, and then whoop, the market reverses and it goes to my stop loss. So you always want to be protecting your account. And this here, and so this is in between the moving averages. It's a no-go for me, right? Breaks out of here, beautiful. But I have to see momentum like here, right? I want to see this. Where's that? I want to see this, right? Even if it pops down here to this moving average, right? Comes up here around here, creates a higher low. Right? If this did this and came in, oh my goodness, winner, winner. A lot of chicken dinners. And I'd be in there, right? Up to this, wherever it would, you can see with the candles, it starts stopping and you get wicks and indecision candles. Right now, see, this is telling me this indicator here, and I wish I had the apex as well. It's telling me there's consolidation, right? This is gray. This is in between. It's a no-go in between here. So there we go. I'm going to end this now. Today has been just wins, wins, wins all yesterday and the day before. It's just a strategy that, even your child can do. It's very easy. There are certain confirmations that I personally use to stay in the trade or to get out of a trade. But yeah, I've been posting in the channel. So what we have is just amazing. Traders Pulse is just unreal too. All the different traders, it's like a puzzle. You can pick up something. Abel, he was an educator when I first started trading years ago. Same with Coach Wright. Amazing. Love Rhonda. Her sessions are awesome. And you'll pick up nuggets all through these replays or getting on the live sessions. You might have something from this trader that you go, oh, I didn't realize that. And then this trader over here, and then this trader here, and then this trader over here. And it's like a puzzle, right? And you learn things from all these different traders. And it's like connect the dots, and then you learn things from everyone. Just let me just have a look at gold. I just need to have a look. Okay. Just let me just have a look. We could have a possible trade. Oh, what in the world is on my thing? Oh yeah. Sorry, it's a bit delayed. Okay. Right, this is respecting this. Okay. It's tapped into this. If this continues out, I'd be in a buy. Okay. If I see this coming through here on this breakout, I'd be in the buy. Okay, we've printed another candle here. Dixie, making lower lows and lower highs. If this starts, normally, if the Dixie, the US dollar, starts tanking, gold will push up. Normally, I've seen some funny stuff. Fundamentals come into it as well. Well, okay. My meeting's going to end. Have a look there. Okay. can use this on currency as well, but it's just got to do with the pips. I do it on futures. This here, this pullback, right, for me, of course, I haven't looked at the chart yet, but with a high, low, pulling back. If I see bullish momentum, the buyers coming in, this is easy money too. Right, if it's a 10 pips, easy to get 10 pips again. Right. But you need, there's on currency, you know, that's not enough pips. On futures, yeah. This is delayed. But okay, gold. Check out gold. Okay, we're building up. We're building it up. Getting the greens. We've got a bit of the grey still. This is starting to point up. 15-minute. We want this above. It's above the 0. Right, on the 5-minute. Okay, see how this is building up? Now, sometimes the market can come up and then just go, no, I'm going to go down. Well, as I said, I would layer in. But that's me. So if this starts breaking out, easy 1-to-1. Could even come into these areas. Could. Right. Get in. Start moving your stop loss. Because we are going against the trend. Right, if it does break. Okay. It's just sitting here. This break, retest, continue down. And that'll give us another bit of money if that happens. Right now, it's just, you know, doing its thing. So this is, yeah. Anyway, I thought I'd jump on an impromptu Zoom just to share what I see myself. I wouldn't be entering this right now, personally, on anything. It has to show that bullishness. All right. So thanks for joining. And that's beautiful. I love that. That's beautiful. You see, God is within her. She will not fail. That's beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna go. The meeting, the free meeting is gonna end soon. But yeah, watch gold. You can get, I wouldn't go in too far because we are against the trend. To me, it looks like it's creating on another bearish pattern to sell off. Well, that's what I'm seeing at the moment. If it respects that pattern, I'll show you what I mean. Okay, just let me just get everything off here. And I'll just go on to something different. If this, I know they dipped down here, but if they, right, me, because we've got this here, if they continue to sell, right, if they do this, I know there's this here, right, comes up, if they did this, and then I saw sellers coming in, right? And the moving averages crossing over. And I saw those beautiful, fat, flat Heikin Ashi candles with no wick on the top, right? And it's breaking down, break, retest, I'd be in the sell. So I'm not saying it's going to do that. That's what I'd look for, this kind of thing. It's done it here, right? If this selling continues. All right. So, all right. I'm going to go and I'll be back on next week. Make sure you jump on all the trainings with Traders Pulse and VIP. Oh my gosh. Yes, I love Paris. He's a good soul. All right, there's some beautiful people in the group. All right, Auf Wiedersehen. Have a good rest of the week. The weekend is coming, so enjoy.